Man, on other news, we got pastor goes off on school board over graphic sex book, and shout out to this pastor. Yo, for me, I don't know how y'all feel, but shout out to this pastor, man. We should not be talking sexually to our kids in school. We should not be showing them, anything sexual. This should be the parents' job, right? Like, they took sex ed out of these schools, right? Like, but then again, what is these parents doing, right? Like, a lot of parents ain't doing what they gotta do. Like, they're just letting, it's like they depend on the teachers, the celebrities, the TV, the music to like raise their kids. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, random thoughts, I'm just talking on what I see and what I hear, right? Like, all this shit is crazy. Now, I'm a parent. I fought the school district before. I've won my lawsuit against the school district of Philadelphia, right? And it is possible to fight them and win. So don't be scared. Don't know, man. Just stand 10 toes down on what you believe in. And if you're fighting for your kid, fight for your kid and don't step back. Don't let them convince you. Like, that's your child you fighting for. Don't just ever give up. And I've seen so many parents give up. They give up because, the system is whooping. No, man, fight back. Fight. So here we go. Shout out to this pastor, man. I would have did the same thing, man. I would not stay shut.
Children's book teaching graphic sex acts, complete with illustration. A controversial children's book teaching graphic sex acts, complete with illustrations, making the rounds in school libraries and classrooms across the country, leaving parents and communities outraged. One concerned pastor tried to read the book at a school board meeting, but officials asked him to stop. Here's what he had to say about that.
If you don't want to hear it in a school board meeting, why should children be able to check it out of the school system?
Boom, bitches! Shout out to this damn pastor, yo. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Like, you heard what he just said? Let's just go back. Listen to what he just said.
Here's what he had to say about that.
If you don't want to hear it in a school board meeting, why should children be able to check it out of the school system? You see, we have perverts that are perverting our kids.
Tell them.
You all sit back smug in your chairs and celebrate diversity, equity, and inclusion, but you don't want me to read it so you can hear it.
The Reverend John Emenchukwu.
Yo, I couldn't have said it any better. They don't want to hear it at a school board meeting, but yet it is approved for a child to read it in a classroom or to take it out of the school library and bring it home, to read it, to talk about it in school the next day. Make it make sense. Like I said, unity is what's needed. But where is it? There's no more unity in community, even though you hear the word unity in community, right? It don't exist. It's up to us. We got to stop sitting around waiting for a Superman to come and save us. So shout out to this pastor for standing up and standing 10 toes down on what he believes in.
Spoke at that school board meeting, and he joins me now. Reverend, thank you so much for being here. They did not let you talk about the book, but I will. Let's go.
Book? This book is for children 10 years of age and up. This book is not soft porn, it's hardcore porn. It details explicitly with pornographic images, homosexual sex, lesbian sex,
what the hell?
Straight sex. It promotes and glorifies masturbation while speaking against religion to may call that behavior a sin. This book is used as a tool to create what I call mental rape in the hearts and the minds of children. We are robbing kids of their innocence in America as we allow diversity, inclusion, and equity to dominate our schools. And so many of our librarians are bringing this kind of material into the public school system because they believe that children need to see themselves on the shelf. I don't believe that this is perfectly normal. I believe that this is.
So they're letting this happen because they need to let children see themselves on the shelves. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not walking out here, right, and think it's perfectly normal that a kid should be having sex with another kid, or adults having sex with kids, or a boy and another boy having sex with each other, or a girl having sex with another girl. Like, no, 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 no. They should be out here enjoying being kids, playing basketball, video games, football, like soccer, riding bikes, being in different types of programs, learning coding and trading, learning how to clean, how to change the oil out of a car. Like, they should be kids. Like, they should not be here trying to figure out how to make babies, how to become mom and daddy at the age of 10. Let's be real about that shit, man. But it's okay for a kid to get this. But we cannot talk about it in a school board. We cannot read this book in a school board meeting, but we can sit here and let the child read this in the classroom. Bring it home and read it to a friend or to the parent. And y'all wonder why people fed up with the Democrat Party?
Perfectly perverted, and it needs to stop.
Great point. You got to the point that I wanted to focus on, and it's the why. I want to extrapolate on that. Why? Why are we forcing a book like this on 10-year-olds?
Well, there's this issue of acceptance today. When it comes to inclusion, we have to make sure that everyone's welcome, everyone's invited. We have to make sure everyone feels good. And so along with that comes bringing in pornographic material to show kids about homosexual sex, lesbian sex, gay sex, transgenderism, and all of these things that come along with the alphabet mafia. And so I'm against these things because parents should talk about these things at home. If a parent wants to talk about masturbation and be explicit with their children and show them pornographic.
Oh, FH, you think I want to be welcome to your cult? I didn't ask for, pedals aren't work. Wait. I need to make sure before I hop on FH. Explain yourself. Everyone isn't welcome though, you clown. Pedals aren't welcome. I'm a little confused right here because you're kind of hypocritical on the chat right now. Everyone isn't welcome, and we're talking about banning this from the schools. Everyone shouldn't be welcome. Not all people are good. Facts. Because I was about to go in on him. Like, I'm gonna let it slide. Because he's right. We building caskets up in this bitch. We built caskets up in this bitch, yo. For real, yo. Guys, if y'all enjoying the stream, do a shorty a favor. Hit that like button, right? Smash that like button for a shorty. Share the video. Help a shorty bring awareness. Let's talk about it, right? Let's try to bring solutions to the table. Hey, if you're not enjoying the stream, the dislike button is right there. And if you're not subbed up, make sure you subbed up because the shorty doesn't schedule lives, right? I don't do good with scheduling. I end up missing the live and doing it another time anyways. Like, I don't like disappointing my subscribers. So make sure y'all subbed up, hit the little notifications button, right? Notify for all, because you won't know when it's the next time I go live. So make sure y'all subbed up because once again, I don't schedule lives. Everyone shouldn't be welcome. Not all people are good. It's propaganda. Pedals are in our school system. And that's what we're trying to get rid of, the pedals. We try and get rid of all of them. I hear people say kids are our future, but it's like y'all throwing them out to the lions. It's like I see more people trying to expose all this shit to our kids more and more. And I've been saying it. I mean, I'm not the only one saying it. The kids are the target, and we should be focusing on how to, find a way to protect them from this shit, right? Like, it's crazy because you don't hear so many people, oh, but you can't do this, you can't do that because of this, because of that. It's not possible to. Okay, those are excuses. We can do something, but we're not united. So, I mean, how do you think that, these people do it? Y'all think they really enemies? Behind the scenes, they shake hands and eat lunch together. I don't trust the politicians. I really don't. But at the end of the day, like I said, we the people ain't doing what we got to do either. Some of us try, others sit here and they do their best to try to make us sway. So it's kind of like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But facts, no pedophiles are allowed. We build caskets up in this bitch for pedophiles. I ain't sitting here lying. Like, yo, they 7 feet underground because I don't believe that castration will work. There's no cure for them. There's no cure. Like, how can you sit here and look at an innocent child the way you would look at a grown woman or a grown man? How could you sit here and take the innocence of a child when there's so many grown men and women out here, so many fish in the sea? How can y'all look at kids sexually as grown men and women when there's always somebody out here for somebody?
Images. I don't advise it. I don't think it's something that they should do, but that should be something that takes place at home. But when we rob kids of their innocence, we're leading them down a slippery slope. This book is welcome in the public school system. But if a teacher were to begin to talk from this book, the Bible, everyone would be up in arms. Listen, we are in a bad place in America. America is spiraling downward, and it's time to storm the cockpit. As we talk about gender theory and queer theory, and we turn these schools woke, our children are underperforming. Our students aren't reading.
Yo, he ain't lying. I'm about to hit that back so y'all can hear what he's saying, right? I know that there's pastors out there, right, that ain't shit. But there are some pastors out here that do care. Shout out to those pastors, right? I'm not going to comment on them. Like I told people, I'm neutral, right? And I speak on what I see. And I see two sides. I see them pastors out there that ain't shit, that are disgusting, that are sick in the head. But I also see certain pastors out here that do got a passion, that, you know, they care about the Bible. They actually, you know, go for the word, what it says, blah, blah. Listen, I don't know if y'all understand or where I'm coming from. But there are some, the majority of them are kind of like street pastors, right? They got a little passion for this, and they'll show it. They'll break it down to you. They're not picking sides. They'll tell you about all the Bibles. I mean, it's crazy. Listen, it's weird, but they do kind of exist out here, right? So if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, trust me, you're going to start seeing it. Like, I was just like y'all at one point. I was molested by my stepdad. If I haven't learned about these things in school, I wouldn't have told. Again, because I told my mom and dad. She said to be quiet. And a lot of us have a dark past. And once again, somebody that, you know, once again, I said I'm a surviving warrior, right? I'm somebody that has a dark past. I'm somebody that has survived sexual abuse, right? And same as Manda Gooden, same thing happened with me. It was my stepdad. Mom, you know, didn't really believe, and shit got hard for me. But at the end of the day, right, there's somebody out there that is going to believe you. If it's the school system doesn't believe you, if your parents, somebody in the family don't believe you, there's somebody outside the household that will believe you. There, and you know, not all social workers are good, but there's some social workers that are good out there, and that will sit here and seek justice for somebody that's been through this, right? Like I said, so many ways I can go out here. The world is like yin and yang. You got a, you know, gray side, you got a black side, you got the white in the middle, and on some real shit. Like it is, I mean, black and white, then the gray in the middle. But we can overcome these situations, right? I've been in therapy for as long as I can remember. I've been out of therapy for, my daughter's 7 years old. I've been diagnosed with PTSD, bipolar depression, due to my past, you know, my trauma and stuff like that. Have I overcome a lot of these things? Yes. Have I forgiven the person that did what they did to me? No. May God forgive them, because it's like I tell people, man, I'm not gonna sit here and forgive you if I still feel hate inside my heart. There's no point in forgiving. When you forgive, you forgive. You let it all go. That's what forgiving is, right? You're forgiving, you know, not just for that person, but more for yourself. And that's how I see it. That's my opinion. That's what I think. But yeah, I understand where Amanda Gooden's talk is saying. But back to this right here, I feel as though we need to leave the kids alone. Let them be kids. The parents should be teaching the kids about sex, about all these type of things, right? It shouldn't be just left to the school. As a parent, these kids should already be coming to school knowing how to write their name, reading, knowing some math, learning, you know, knowing some things already. It shouldn't be the school teaching these kids these things. It's not the school's complete job. But then again, people is not going to agree to what I'm saying. So, and then there's going to be others that might agree to what I'm saying. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me see what they're saying. After this election, we're a lot more united than they want us to believe we are. They don't want us bonding together against them. It was bad for the U.S. government last time it happened. Shout out to Danny King, my bad. Manda Gooden started when I was 2, and it was the second ed when I was 9. I'm Canadian though, but I could understand your story because it's similar to mine's. And my inbox is up there if y'all wish to, talk to a shorty on the side, write to me on Instagram or by email. I'll wrote right back to y'all. Irish Malt. Thank you. I appreciate you, Irish. At Manda, Danny King says, and how has it affected you? That's awful that happened to you, but children need to be shielded from this material until a certain age. I agree with Danny King to a certain extent. We need to shield them from the material that's being given to them. As a parent, we should teach our kids. If our kids got questions, whether they're 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, we should sit down and explain to them the best way that we can. That, knowing their ages, right? It should change as time, goes, right? Like break it down to them depending on their age to the point where they could understand what you're saying. And as time goes by, the question repeats. They're a little older. You could break it down a little better now. You see where I'm coming from? I hope people understand where I'm coming from, right? Like, y'all got to break it down to these kids as time passes by. Sometimes repeat it time and time again, because there's going to be a lot of influence out there. And believe it or not, the influence outside of these streets will influence your child, right? And I've seen it like here on social media and outside on these streets. I mean, I don't know if some people come on here on social media, right? And they feel some type of way, right? Opinions should not offend nobody, right? As long as somebody is respectful, and opinions should not offend nobody, right? We could agree to disagree to agree, however you want to put it or say it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to our kids, they're going to see things when they step outside this world, right? And they're going to hear things, right? And the world is not perfect. People is not perfect. Relationships are not perfect. Households are not perfect. You got dysfunctional families. You got families that are functional. So it's kind of like, yeah, the kids are going to learn. So you as the parent got to talk to them. You got to break it down, and you can't sugarcoat it. That's the problem with people. Oh, they're not ready for this conversation. We're not going to talk about it now. So while you're sitting here telling your child they're not ready for this conversation, or you're not going to tell them they don't know what they're talking about, or they're not going to understand, somebody else out there is breaking it down for you. So before the world gets to your child, I'm just saying, I'm just talking, I'm just giving some advice. People could take it how they want it. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a person that's out here living life just like y'all, going through the same shit not the same shit, but I'm fighting my own demons in the same hell that y'all are in. Shit. Hopefully y'all get where I'm coming from, right? I'm just a regular person, just like y'all. I mean, a lot of y'all might not have one foot in politics, right? But I do. I got one foot in politics, one foot in these streets. I've had people say, yo, why don't you go out there, run for mayor? I'll vote for you. No, I'm not running for mayor. I'm good like this. Because at the end of the day, right, I don't want to work for that 1%er. Like, I get it. It'll go from there to governor to this to that. I'm not doing all that. It's too much. Out here, I could get some help. I could fight. I could make a stand and try to make a difference, right? And so how can we fix the system unless we, get into the system and dismantle it piece by piece using their own tools? In order to do that, we have to find a way. So we have to try to, we have to figure it out first. We have to plan it out first. But at the end of the day, once again, like I said, if our kids are the future, why are we screwing them over? Why are we letting this happen? Why are we not standing up? There should be more parents in these school board meetings. There should be more parents in these community meetings. Talking, demanding, requesting what it is that they want. I mean, as a leader of my community, right? I see how it is. And I don't really, I do lives on this. Once again, make sure y'all subbed up, because we don't just do podcasting on here. When there's an event in Philly, when, that has to do with the senator, the mayor, or anything like that, or, with organizations that fund small businesses or communities and, community centers and stuff like that, nonprofit businesses. There you go. Because I'm over here like, damn, I'm all over the place right now. I go to them events and I go live so that I could show people, what y'all could do and much more. Blessings, Tay Eats. Blessings, how you doing this? We still morning? Yeah, it's still morning. Blessings, Tay Eats. How you doing this morning, yo? I'm tired of shit, but we gonna go because we gonna play this video and then we're gonna do some TikTok reactions, right? But yeah, shout out to everybody that's been, talking on the chat, having conversations respectfully. I appreciate y'all, and trust me, like y'all, some of y'all opinions, some of y'all comments do matter. They've helped a shorty out when I've had, to go to events, talk to different people, and much more. So let's keep doing this. Like I said, let's keep bringing awareness to different things. Let's talk about it. You never know if what you say could help somebody else out here. So like me personally, I don't take what people say, to chest. I don't get offended. I just listen. Right. And I soak in what's being said. I learn, people got different opinions, different things to teach out here, different ways of viewing things, of perceiving things. So I don't see the point of getting mad and arguing. Like either we find a solution or we don't. But for me, it's more, let's find it. Let's do it. But unity is not there. Let's finish listening to what this pastor got to say. But yeah, man, a lot of y'all made great points, great talking points here in this chat. So I appreciate y'all for that.
In arms. Listen, we are in a bad place in America. America is spiraling downward, and it's time to storm the cockpit. As we talk about gender theory and queer theory and we turn these schools woke, our children are underperforming. Our students aren't reading on grade level. They're not doing math on grade level. Our achievement rates are down. It's time to get back to education and not indoctrination.
This isn't just happening in Asheville, North Carolina, where you spoke. Parents are fighting back against this at schools throughout the nation. We reached out to a number of them. Some wrote back. The Bonnie Eagle School District in Maine, they have this book. They had no comment. Asheville Board of Education, where you spoke, says parents have a right under federal law to inspect all instructional and supplementary materials as part of any applicable federally funded programs. And the Waldorf School in Long Island telling us, quote, the book in question is an optional supplementary resource for parents that has never been used in the classroom. Reverend, is it safe to say that parents cannot let their guard down for 1 second when it comes to what is being taught in their kids' schools?
No, but parents, you can't let your guard down for 1 second. There are sexually evil and corrupt and deviant, perverted people who believe that this is okay. And so this is how it works. They bring the pornography into the school system. They bring in these gender theory and queer theory books. And if parents don't know it's there, it remains there. And then when parents are told that it's there, then the parents have to go through 10-step processes to get the books removed. This is sinister. It's criminal. It's child abuse. And so I'm going to school boards around the country. If you want to support my efforts, you can go to Erased Book. That's ERACED book.com and support the work that I'm doing.
I'm definitely
we
listening.
need pastors. We need the church to rise up and to speak up against this evil that's been done to our children. And we need men in particular in the culture to be bold and to be courageous.
Yes.
Stop being neutered and use your voice to defend our families and our children.
This push to ruin the innocent years of being a child is not perfectly normal. Reverend John Emenchukwu, we appreciate your insight. Thank you, sir.
Search is on for a woman accused of shooting
a man she met
on social media. We're live with the latest on the investigation. Plus, the death toll is growing and the devastation is unimaginable in North Carolina. Tonight, crews are still trying to reach residents who've been cut off.
Oh shit, my bad. That was about the hurricanes. My bad about that. I was trying to get my petition so I could put it here, but it's not letting me right now. I don't know what's going on.